So today I'm going to talk about the problem with Gen Z, and this video is specifically going to touch on a lot of social media and just the current generation and the god complex that's going on with a lot of kids nowadays. And we're gonna pretty much get into the whole mess here. And this is such a wide topic, honestly, that it could go in like so many different directions that I think I'm gonna focus on specific things on this video, and I think you could branch this video into other videos as well. But I'm just gonna put my thoughts on this topic specifically on this video, and we'll see how this goes, I suppose. With the rise of social media, we have seen a lot of this god complex among the Generation Z that is kind of ruling on TikTok, YouTube, and so on. I would say this is mostly a TikTok phenomenon that's been happening a lot. It's just a bunch of kids basically having like this god complex. Of course, Instagram is a big one as well. I would say this especially, Instagram especially for women, is like where a lot of women have a god complex, and on TikTok it's both men and women. With the advent of social media, we saw the rise of a bunch of new apps, smartphones, and everything happening super fast, society changing at a very rapid pace, something we've never seen before. And due to this fact, we have seen just like people are not used to getting this level of validation and attention. So, and due to this fact, we have seen a huge rise in people's like narcissism, this basically this god complex. People think they're special and shit, and men and women have seen this. I would say this is mostly, it depends a lot on the app you go to and what attractiveness the person has and so on. Usually the more attractive, the more narcissistic the person is nowadays due to these apps and social media usage and the rise of simps and so on, and all these other dating and sex related different platforms that are available nowadays, and just the overall societal issues we are facing now because of all these different things put together. So with Gen Z and the god complex, I wanted to touch on this. It's basically like people on social media are acting like they're gods and like that they're special and one of a kind, and everybody deserves somebody way higher on their level, and for example in dating, and there's all this kind of negativity and narcissism and everything just compounding together. And then you also have like, just especially on TikTok, it's very prevalent with women and young women, and the rising generations is like they are being damaged for life with these apps. Honestly, I can just see the way people act and the way people act in society. It's just like, it's very sad to see the direction we're going in. Like basically everyone has a massive ego and they think they're like special and not humble at all, and like at the end of the day you aren't special unless you've done something inherently that makes you special, and most people are not special. And it's just usually there's a certain amount of base attractiveness, and due to that fact they get attention on social media, and so people end up being narcissistic as hell. I'm sure there's always been these kind of people, but now with the rise of social media, these people have really risen to the top, and you really see the whole slate of these people on social media nowadays. I think with the modern society and the future of it, social media and regarding its developments, I think this is only going to get worse, and there's already predictions that like the rise of incels is going to go higher, and we're gonna see all kinds of problems with whether it's dating, economy, etc. Like just society overall is just like on the verge of collapsing at this point pretty much. It's quite, I wouldn't say it's sad to see because society caused it on itself, and it makes sense. I'm not really upset. There's no reason to. If it's meant to collapse, it's probably for the better, because it's gonna change society and force it to change to a better society. And you might say that's a little bit of a harsh opinion to have, to think that the decline and collapse of society is fine. But I think bringing change in that is for the good is honestly for the better, compared to just having a society that is on the decline. And touching on the future generations and how people will act, I think unless we see some kind of a quick collapse of society, I think it's going to be very rapid in a sense to change of all these apps and different social medias, and I think there's going to be new social medias maybe developed, more efficient apps. There's going to be some kind of basically new levels of standards and all these. I don't see this getting any better. It's probably only going to get worse. As far as solutions go, I think the best would be on the individual level. You can delete apps, you can delete, dating apps, social media, consume less media, social media, spend more time in nature and do all these things on the individual level that are going to better your life. Pursue your career and passions and fitness and whatever is up to you. On the larger scale, you'd have to see companies, governments do something, but it's still like some kind of a big event or a collapse, riots or something big. I don't see anything changing it as it's getting worse just over the years. And in conclusion, I think this problem is going to be hard to solve, and maybe we'll see something in the future that's really gonna either cause a collapse or some kind of big event that's going to make a change. But till then, we don't really know what's going to happen with this problem, but I do hope for the best, of course. And I think on the individual level, you just need to focus on becoming your best self and really pursuing to make your own life as financially free as you can, so you can do whatever you kind of want for the most part, unless something really bad happens to the whole world, basically globally. And that's pretty much it. I hope you have a good day.